How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. We work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to find your place in the world. With the holidays coming to an end and the New Year's right around the corner, there's going to be a lot of New Year's resolutions, goal setting, and vision planning of who and what you want to achieve. But how do we know what's the right thing for us that's going to keep us motivated so that we don't give up and we really become our full potential selves? But before we dive into that, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So there's a lot of reflection that I've started to do, especially coming to the end of the year. It's time for New Year's resolutions, and being someone that's worked in fitness for almost 10 years, it's a big part of our business. When the New Year's resolution people start coming in, they have all these visions and goals and ideas of what they want to be, how they want to feel, and how they want to look. And that's normal for a lot of us. You know, it's a new year and it gives us a chance to have a fresh start. And so I was thinking about that, like what goals are right? How do we find the goal, the mission, the inspiration of who we need to be and then follow through with it? Because unfortunately, most of us do not stick with our New Year's resolutions nearly as long as we'd hope. And so this thought started coming into my mind. I started thinking about what if I was the most negative person on the planet? I just couldn't find happiness in anything. I was really struggling. I'm not a bad person. It's just for some reason I couldn't shift out of this negative energy. How could I find a purpose? How could I achieve something without just constantly feeling like I don't want to be here, feeling the hurt, feeling the pain, feeling the uncomfortableness of life? And the words that came into my mind is, what does the world need me to be? And I thought about this, and if you start thinking about what the world needs you to be, and then you start becoming it, first, you may not know exactly what that is, and secondly, that's not going to be very fulfilling at first. You see, there's stages to this growth. The world does need you to be something. Us as a collective need you to be the highest version of you, the version of you that is loving and forgiving at all times. Because when you're loving and forgiving, you're only in the love frequency. So whether you're the CEO of a company, you're a parent, you're on the ball field, wherever you find yourself, you will bring light. The forgiveness allows you to continue bringing that abundantly. It's not that you're a pushover or people can just take advantage of you. It's just you don't get stuck in lower energy. So how do we make that shift? How do we become this version when we're trying to shift negative habits? Well, the first thing is starting with that question and just try it. See how that sits with you. What does the world need you to be? Or who does the world need you to be? And then start moving forward. As you move forward down your path, meaning trying to improve your mindset, trying to improve your health, trying to improve the way you think about things, you slowly will start drifting into this path. And if you are lower frequency minded right now, you're not going to feel the good energy that you're hoping for. You're not going to feel that positive feeling that we're looking for. And I think that's where a lot of us really start to struggle, is we don't feel good from all of the work that we're doing. And this is where perspective is so important. If you are only looking at this experience through your eyes, which most of us do, I've done that for the majority of my life, we think about how things affect us. Like we think of the body, the human, this version of us that we're existing in. But if you can take that step back and realize that you're not your body, you're not your mind, you're not this you're something more. You're at minimum, the observer of all of this. If you're the observer of it and you can slowly start taking that perspective, it will give you the freedom to change the way you feel about things, because you won't be thinking, how does this affect Henry? You'll be thinking about, how does this impact the world around me? You see, then it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter how the economy is. It doesn't matter the situations around you, because those only matter when we think about ourselves as ego. We think about, how's this going to affect Henry? How's this going to affect my life? But when you start taking that perspective of stepping back and really being in your high energy self and moving forward that way, you no longer worry about that. And you think about every action, how does it positively impact the world around you? And the goal is to not operate from self. Self is very limited. When you try to give, like if you're trying to be this version, it will tap you out if you're operating from self. And you may have seen people like this, people that say all the right things. It's like they're trying to be positive. They're saying all the positive things. They're doing all this, and they seem like the most genuine, happy people. But then all of a sudden, something bad happens. Or just when you pay attention to them, you notice it just seems a little bit off. It's because usually they're operating from self, which self is material and limited. But if you operate from the higher perspective of you and you start getting in that high frequency, it's completely abundant because you no longer are constrained to the limits of the body. The energy goes on forever. We know that energy cannot be destroyed. So when you start resonating in a frequency of love and you can stay there, by doing things to add to it, by doing things to maintain that energy, and then doing things to expand the energy, when you can stay there, you will find that abundant feeling. You will find the inner peace that allows you to feel okay no matter what is happening. And that is the ultimate gift. If you can feel with inner peace on the inside, despite anything that's going on externally, maybe it's the holiday season, maybe it's the economy, maybe it's your job, maybe it's your family, whatever it is that's going on, when you can have inner peace during those situations, you are in connection with your true self and you've separated yourself from the ego, this person that you've created. It doesn't mean that my person, Henry, doesn't matter. This is the vessel that I'm experiencing this life in, but it's not everything. I should do my best to take care of it, to give it love, to treat it with respect since it was given to me as a gift to experience this life. But I should not hold it in higher regard than the energy of us all. Your energy is more important. My energy is more important. All of our energy is more important. So what does the universe, energy, love, God, whatever comes to mind when you think about that, need from you? And when you can solve that problem, you will find your path. You will find that infinite motivation. And it's not going to be right in front of you. This is a journey. Your whole life, whether it's 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 100 years, your whole life is to find this and then become the energy. It's not to complete something. You will never be graded on, did you complete something? You will be graded on the actions and the energy that you existed on as you went through this life. That's the ultimate thing. So if you can, and this is what I'm going to be doing this year, is along with my material goals, like you can have a goal to make $200,000 or to get ripped in really good shape or to go on a big vacation. You can have those material goals. But the number one question that I'm going to lead everything with is, what does the universe need from me? What does the collective need from me? And I'm going to lead with that question so that way it's on my mind as I'm taking action, as I'm lining up my day, as I'm trying to be this version and solve for others, because I know that there's this jump that once you make this jump and you're no longer serving self and you're truly doing it for others, you'll be in that endless supply of love. You'll have that connection that doesn't quit. You'll be that person that you've met, that person that seems like everything might be going wrong. They're going through the biggest hardship, but you look in their eyes, you speak to them, you know that they have inner peace. That is the ultimate gift. That is the ultimate prize. And that should be the ultimate reward of what we're trying to achieve. So work hard. Be passionate about trying to raise your vibration. Have your material goals. Those are fine. But overall, solve what the universe needs from you so that you can be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and got you thinking about what you can do to set a powerful intention for the new year. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And of course, there's the Positive Mindset Facebook community. Go ahead and join that if you want to join the group of people that are working on these exact things. I'm starting to really build some momentum in there and really create it hopefully as a place that you can go and that I can go to share ideas, to put positive energy in and get positive perspective out. There's a link to join down below. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.